What's up and welcome back, Kyle Smith, Platform Sports League. Today we're talking about highlight films. Your Hudl highlight film is probably one of the most important things, most essential items throughout your recruiting process. Think about it. You go and interview for a job. Any company, what are they going to look for? Your resume, right? The only thing they can go off of to evaluate you is your resume, those bullet points that you're putting down under each position. Your Hudl highlight film is your resume for college coaches. They turn it on, they view, they review, they look at certain things. That's all they can go off of outside of, your camps, your summer, all the off-season stuff that they can get their eyes on people. But your Hudl highlight film has to speak for itself. What I've done is kind of put together 5 essential keys for a successful highlight film to make a fire edit specifically with that college coach in mind and to show off your best abilities and all your abilities. Let's check it out. All right, first we're going to talk a little bit about perspective. This isn't necessarily a key, but kind of an overarching theme as you're building your highlight film and putting clips together. I want you to consider the evaluator's point of view. Who's the evaluator? It's the college football coach, that recruiter that's looking at your film to decide whether or not to pass it on to that next person and move it up the chain all the way, hopefully at the end for a scholarship offer. Think about a college football coach. Think about their schedule. They got a lot going on. They're busy people. Every minute of the day is basically scheduled and carved out. So what a lot of coaches do, they're responsible for a certain area. And I've said this plenty of times, okay? So for example, one of my positions when I coached at a Division III school in Washington, D.C., I was responsible for North New Jersey. So there's several different counties in New Jersey that I was responsible for. What I would do is sit down and put together a list of all the schools, reach out to those coaches, go to different websites, get an understanding on who the dudes are, who are the potential prospects at each school within certain counties, okay? So think about it geographically. So what I did was, as I got those names, as I got the links to those Hudl films, Hudl tapes, I would sit down and batch my work out. So I would sit down for 2-3 hours at a time and go through all of the guys in a certain county at those certain amount of schools. So think about it. Your video is going to be one of 50, 60, 70, 80, even 100 videos that this college coach is looking at one time. You have about 30 seconds to make that coach want to view that video more. Further, I want to keep my eyes on that video. So it's a marketing sheet. It's an attention grabber, and you have to understand what to put first and what exactly that person is looking for. Key number 1, think body movement, not plays. College coaches are not interested in how a high school football player will fit into that high school team's scheme or offensive scheme or defensive scheme. They are interested in the tangibles, and everybody's talked about it. It is a known reality. They want to see size. They want to see speed. They want to know your agility level, change of direction, flexibility, smoothness, natural athleticism, physicality, all those different things they want to see in a highlight film. I want to look at that person and get a feel on film that they are bigger than everybody else, they are faster than everybody else, more agile and more explosive. Those are all things that you can see on film. This is sometimes misunderstood or missed altogether without putting the right body movements on your film. There might be small, subtle highlights or clips that you might not think are valuable. However, they are extremely valuable and exactly what that coach is looking for. Let me give you a couple of examples. Think about a defensive back. All right, maybe a corner, for instance. That corner loves to press up, loves to play press man, is physical on the line of scrimmage, and beats up wide receivers for fun. So he decides to put 5 plays in a row where he's playing press man and he's just dominating on the line of scrimmage. Guess what, guys? That's all well and good, but press man is a tiny, tiny little piece of the game of football. And that's not necessarily what colleges are playing all game long. So think about maybe a little play in the middle of the game where that corner is playing 10 yards off or 7 to 8 yards off, playing off man on a wide receiver. Wide receiver drives up, breaks out, or a comeback or something like that. That DB changes his hips or rotates his hips, puts his foot in the ground, drives, and finishes on that route. That quarterback could be throwing the football the complete opposite way. But that clip right there shows me how that corner moves. It shows me that he can keep his pads low. He can change his direction, stick his foot in the ground, accelerate, and go finish on the football. So that body movement is important to me as an evaluator. Should it be a top 5 play, one of your first 5 plays in the highlight film? Maybe not. But that clip still shows me that corner's ability to turn his hips and get down on a route. Key 2, make a statement early. Top 5 most dynamic plays first. The ultimate goal for you as a prospect is to get a college coach or an evaluator to watch your highlight film all the way through, from beginning to end. How does that happen? It's simple. Simply put your best plays first in order of dynamic plays. For example, if I'm an evaluator and I'm watching a running back, I want to see some crazy athleticism. That play where you might be an 8, 9, 10-yard gain, but you're hurdling over somebody, showing your explosiveness, showing that athleticism. I'll take that any day over a 60-yard run where you're just kind of looping around the side and at average speed or even with somebody running. Think dynamic plays, explosiveness. I want to see in the top 5 of a linebacker highlight film, him going up through that A-gap and exploding on a fullback, taking out a pulling guard, whatever that might be, physicality. When someone clicks on your link to start your highlight film, what do you want that first play to say about you? You want to be like average? Oh, look, he's pretty fast. He could run. He could move. Blah, blah, blah. No, I want to be blown away by this first play. Think about whatever that best play was in your season. That needs to be first. That needs to bring that attention locked into that screen. I need to be like, I can't wait to see this next play or watch these next 10 plays. If I'm a wide receiver, I want to have that first play showing me jumping out of the stadium, going to get that football and exploding out and beasting and mossing DBs all over the place. You want that coach, that evaluator to sit there and say, wow, I need to keep watching this kid. Key number 3, show variety. There is nothing worse than turning on a Hudl highlight film on a wide receiver and watching 6 plays in a row where he's running a fade, a deep ball, and going over the shoulder and catching a football consistently. Boring. A college coach wants to see all the things that you are capable of, okay? If you're an offensive lineman, do you want to have the first 5 plays running power every single play? You're a guard, you're blocking down on a defensive tackle and just kind of blowing him up 5 plays consistently? No, a coach is going to lose interest. Think about this combination instead. Gap blocking down, getting up to the second level and crushing a linebacker. 2, pull on the outside play and swallow up a defensive back. 3, pass set and lock up a pass rushing defensive end. 4, getting out on the perimeter on a screen play and leading the running back for a 30-yard touchdown. 5, backside cutoff and covering up a 3 technique, taking them down to the ground, finish through the whistle. That's how it's done. For every position, I probably can come up with an example of being repetitive in your highlights, but I think I made my point. Another note in this category would be if you do play multiple positions, don't be afraid to show that. Even if you are being recruited for a specific position, that opposite side of the football might show something else dynamic that coaches will be interested in, showing your ability to be agile and to be flexible as far as which positions, where you can play on the field. Key number 4, use the spot shadow correctly. All right, what is the spot shadow? That's that little circle that Hudl makes available for you to identify where you are on the field in each clip. You are hurting yourself by not putting the spot shadow on you every play and before each play. I go back to my section, my other key about body movement. The coaches are looking for more things than you know on your film. Let's take an example of a defensive end or defensive lineman. He decides, because this is a growing trend, to put the spot shadow on him right before the point of attack, right before let's say he's going on a screen. There's a funnel screen out to the field, okay, and he's out there. He's chasing down a wide receiver coming back on that funnel screen, and that defensive end blows him up. He puts the spot shadow on him 2 yards before he makes that hit on the wide receiver. That's all well and good, but think about the body movement. Think about everything that defensive lineman did to get to that point. That is crucial. I want to see that as an evaluator. So what did we miss? We missed him accelerating out of his stance, rushing the quarterback. We missed him realizing it's screen, redirecting, changing direction, accelerating, and finishing through the play. All right, all we got in that clip was him just making a physical hit, which is good, but you're missing a whole lot of value in that one play. Key number 5, trim your play clips to get maximum action. All right. I go back to the fact that college football coaches and evaluators, they are busy people and they're not wasting their time on guys that have video of them in between plays where there's 20 seconds between snaps and everybody's just kind of hanging out. The video, the Hudl game films got the quarterbacks on the sidelines giving dummy signals and all that. It's a waste of time. Okay. Trim the clips. You want to start your play right before that snap. If there's any crucial movement before the snap, you can keep that in there. And you want to end that play when that ref blows that whistle and the play is dead. You don't want any dead space on the video in between each play. Your highlight film is going to be, who knows, anywhere from 4 minutes to maybe 6.5 minutes. And you want every second of that to be exciting and keeping that evaluator's attention. Listen, I hope this really helps. I hope this serves as a resource for you guys that are putting your highlight films together. And if you've already put them together, I hope it persuades you to kind of go back, take another look, and maybe adjust a few clips, because that could make the difference of catching the right person's eye and bringing your video to the forefront of their attention and moving that thing on for a potential scholarship offer. If this video brings you any value, please hit that like button, subscribe, share with your friends, share with your teammates. This is important information. Hopefully this brings you some value. Stay tuned. There's a whole lot more coming. This is the recruiting trail, giving you inside tips from a coach's perspective, former college coach's perspective, as far as what we're evaluating, what they are looking for, and hopefully some of these tips might change your path as far as being seen and being recognized. Good luck out there. Keep going.